welcome back to Make Me a Fan. I'm the Jag.
I'm Pete.
And today we are watching even more of this blessed, amazing PWG show from 2017.
A cornucopia of wrestling amazingness.
I like that. Cornucopia of wrestling amazingness. This is the first ever PWG show that you attended live, correct?
First ever live.
And this is 2017.
2017, February.
And there are a number of debuts in this show. And this match today is not a debut match.
No, this is for Ohio's versus Ohio's for Killers versus SuperKliq.
Okay, so we're watching this 3-on-3 match. Okay, so we got Adam Cole,
baby,
and the Young Bucks versus Ohio is for Killers, which I don't know all their names.
Yeah, you have the Jake and Crist, and then Sami Callihan.
Yep. All right, so we're gonna check this out. Now here's the thing. I was going to say this yesterday, but I decided to hold off. I'm gonna say it today. My son told me that I'm too easy on the wrestlers and the shows that we review. I've said this before, and I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but the Young Bucks, as entertaining as they can be, are kind of a hit or miss for me.
Sure.
And so I'm going into this with my guard up just a little bit because I'm going,
Young Bucks.
is this gonna be good? Are they gonna be hanging outside the ring like this, waiting for 10 seconds, 30 seconds for the next spot? You know, that kind of thing kills me. And I hope that it's just not a festival or a collection of spots. I hope it's an actual freaking match. And so that's what I'm looking for, not to be negative.
Sure.
But the Young Bucks, I feel like, take a lot of time off when they're outside of the ring, when the focus and the cameras aren't necessarily on them, or actually when the cameras are on them and they're not doing anything. Correct. That's kind of one of my pet peeves. So I'm hoping this is better. Pete, you've been killing it on the PWG. I hope you kill it on this one. Is there anything you want to tell me? Any Pete's points before we go in?
No, this is just a great match. Adam Cole had just re-won the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight title for the third time.
Wow.
And became, him and Kenny Omega are leading the Bullet Club at this point.
Very nice. Bullet Club for the win. Well, I'm not a big Bullet Club guy, but I know a lot of you guys are. So.
And this was like hype, like this is like peak Bullet Club. This is like 1997 NWO.
Ooh, that's
like we're talking about like peak before it went bad.
Wow.
Not to say that it's bad. It's just in Bullet Club, there's obviously very different phases in these things. We saw it when when Fergal Finn was running it, and then AJ, and now we're into the next leadership because AJ's leaving to go do the Royal Rumble.
All right, very cool.
If you can remember, that was only just 3 years ago.
Wow.
That's how long AJ Styles has been so good at WWE that they go, he's only been in WWE for 3 years.
That's hard to
AJ Styles has only been in WWE for 3 years.
Damn. Now here's the thing, people. We're gonna, if it's on YouTube, and I believe it is, we're gonna link to it right up here. So
otherwise, we'll link to high spots.
Oh yeah, 2 high spots. So get ready, because we're gonna watch this thing together. We're gonna come back in just a minute and talk about it. So I want you to open up that tab, Control-T, Command-T. Get ready to watch this thing, because we're gonna press the play button right about now. All right, so we just finished the match.
Fun stuff.
Yes, yes. Now, I hate to put on my hater shirt. I guess this one is appropriate, okay? But damn, okay? I'm gonna tell you my epiphany in watching that match. First of all, let's do the good. The good is those guys are ridiculous athletes. Okay,
absolutely.
They can do anything with their bodies. A lot of the crazy spots that they do.
And this is the house that they did all that at. So
yes.
So the place that they made their name, you're seeing them do what they do at their finest.
Well, that's great. And I mean, what they do extremely well.
100%.
Now, excuse me. I'm wondering why some of the things they do work so well. And when I say that, I'm gonna sound like a hater, and I am kind of hating, but I chalk it up to this. This is the epiphany I was talking about. Joey Ryan is something of an acquired taste. There are people out there right now that will hate on Joey Ryan until the cows come home, but he will always get my money. And I pretty much know how every match is going to end, or at least the spots, right? Inverted atomic drop, there's like 5 endings to a Joey Ryan match, okay?
100%.
But I will still watch it, okay? And it's something you have to see live, you have to experience live. It's great.
Same with Orange Cassidy.
Same with Orange Cassidy. These guys, the Young Bucks, are now, in my opinion, in that category. And what I mean by that is it's not reality based. It can't be. With all the waiting, with all the coordination, the counting, 1, 2, 3, let's do this bit. There's so many bits and so many spots. It's so spot based that it doesn't look competitive.
Sure.
And I don't think it's meant to look competitive. Is a Joey Ryan match competitive?
Not necessarily. It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. And I think I've made peace with it in my head, because I've now filed them over here into the gimmick-based comedy wrestling side. I don't think they intend to be comedy. I don't think.
But that's just, especially at a place like this is exactly the audience they're playing.
And the crowd loves it.
It's like, seeing Billy Joel at Madison Square Garden and someone yelling out, "Play Piano Man."
Yeah.
It's like they expect this as the greatest hits, and especially with Adam Cole, Peak Bullet Club, Whoop Whoop, all that. So I mean, again, it's vintage. It shows its age very well as a very good place and time, but it's definitely a acquired taste.
Now here's one thing I have to point out, and I have to hate just a little bit. Cody, don't call him Rhodes, right? Came out to the ring and was a guest announcer to introduce his friends, fellow Bullet Club members, the Young Bucks and Adam Cole.
Baby.
And so I was like, all right, this is cool because this is like the beginning of AEW, right? This is they're hanging out, they're friends, it's all good. And he does this grand entrance and he calls them the best tag team in the world. Hell no. Okay? And I'm gonna say hell no, because just like I wouldn't call Joey Ryan the best wrestler in the world. Is Joey Ryan a hell of an entertainer? Hell yeah. Is Orange Cassidy a hell of an entertainer? You damn right. Are the Young Bucks ridiculously athletic? Yes. Ridiculously charismatic? Yes. Highly entertaining? Yes. But the best tag team? I can't say yes because they don't check the box of competitiveness or even hard hitting. And when I say that, if you take a match like the Viking Raiders, whatever they were called, the War Raiders or whatever in the Ring of Honor, those guys are hard hitting. They hit you hard. I think when you're done with the match with those guys, you feel like you know it. You
Fish and O'Reilly, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, when they were in Ring of Honor, when they were Red Dragon, I mean, they were like the ultimate. Like, that's still, even seeing them in NXT with the tag titles, even though they're the undisputed era, I still say Red Dragon.
Okay, well, yeah.
Because they're just that good. Same like with War Raiders being Viking Raiders.
And they're talented, they hit hard, they're strong, and it looks like a competitive bout. This did not look competitive to me.
This was a car crash.
It was a car crash, but it was a carefully orchestrated car crash. You know what this is like? Damn, I got all the epiphanies today. A Young Bucks match is like watching the Fast and the Furious.
Understood.
You have to turn your brain off completely and forget everything you know about physics and logic and body damage and steering and shifting. When Paul Walker, God rest his soul, shifts 9 times in a quarter mile, you're like, whatever, bro, okay?
Cool, you hit the nitrous.
Yes, and when these guys get, smashed off the turnbuckle and they all fall in a single file line like they're in a freaking toboggan so that Sami Callihan can do his big boot, whatever. I just happen to fall in toboggan position, Right,
exactly.
It's just one of those things where it's like, all right, this is not meant to look competitive. And there's room for this. Obviously, the guys are freaking millionaires, right?
Sure.
There's room for this in wrestling. People love this. They're eating this up to this day. They're eating it up. But there's a reason why these clowns are not tag champions in AEW. Because if what they're trying to do is sport-based, reality-based fighting, this ain't it. Is that fair?
I think it's completely fair. Again, I have it from the lens of it's the Young Bucks and they're in their own category.
Yes.
It's not a competitive category in that sense. And when you're at PWG, especially like Rascals have had the tag titles forever, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And they're a great team, but it's just like, okay, I'm ready for somebody new. I'm ready for some fresh blood.
So, and again, what the Young Bucks, I'm talking to you, I know you're watching because they're fans.
Of course.
And you're local fans. Yeah, and we hope to see you
soon. Cutler. I love you, Cutler.
Please believe me, when the Young Bucks and AEW come to town, my ass is in the seat, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I will cheer for them and I'd love to shake their hand. Hell, I'd love to interview them. There's things I want to talk to the Young Bucks about that I really couldn't talk to anybody else about, and we'll talk about that maybe someday when we get them in the ring. Or in the room, in a chair, okay? I don't want to wrestle those guys. Please believe
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. But here's the deal. Yes, like you said, they're a different category. And so if this is competitive wrestling, the Young Bucks are to the left like Beyonce, okay? They're going to be over here with Orange Cassidy and freaking Joey Ryan and Best Friends and whoever else. So, entertaining? Yes. Charismatic? Yes. Athletic is, you know what? Yes. And so in that respect, they check the boxes. It's not necessarily my taste. I'm going to grab my racket here in a second, okay? It's not necessarily my taste because there's so much waiting and there's so much choreography and blocking and staging. It's like the staging takes me out of it,
Sure, understood.
So, I mean, if you can shift 9 times in a quarter mile with Paul Walker, you clowns can do a triple Meltzer driver off the top, whatever, with lettuce and cheese and a side of bacon, whatever. So, not to hate, but I'm just being honest. And you notice I'm always honest on the freaking Young Bucks matches. For 2 reasons. Number 1, I can't stand some of the action. Number 2, they can handle it.
Of course.
If they ever get sick of hearing me talk trash, they can just go back and wipe their tears with their hundreds. You know what I'm saying? And lie on their bed of money and call it a day. Just their t-shirt sales alone is probably more than I make in a year.
Oh,
okay?
easily.
I'm confident. I don't know. I mean, you said they sold millions of things.
Yeah, they sell.
So yeah, okay, it's a hell of a lot more than I make. More than I make in 10 years, whatever. All right, so enough about that. I don't want to hate, but I've given a name to my pain, and I can categorize the Young Bucks, and now I can watch it with the grain of salt, if you will. Make sense?
100%. So how about tomorrow at 9 a.m., which there's a new episode tomorrow 9 a.m. We have the main event.
Ooh.
You ready for it?
Wait, is this one of the debuts you're talking about?
Well, no. This will be new for you, though.
New for me, all right.
Because you have not seen Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle, have you?
Ooh, I have not.
So you're going to see Zack Sabre Jr., the current PWG champion at the time.
All right.
Versus Chucky T.
Ooh,
the Kentucky Gentleman.
All right, Chucky T.
So this isn't the sexy Chucky T. This is the Kentucky Gentleman.
All right, interesting. All right, so this is new. I can't wait to see it now. I'm intrigued.
Awesome.
You had my, what is that line? You had my attention, but now you have, whatever. We'll put it down here because we have to look it up later. But you're talking about the Django line, right? Yeah. All right. So tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, be here and check it out because we're going to watch these two gentlemen. He's just named Sabre and Chucky T. Go at it here in the main event of PWG 2017.
And it's a hell of a match. It's about 20 minutes, so you're going to love it.
All right. See you guys tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.